What's up, party animals? It's the Chemo Crew, and welcome to another episode of the Reddit Roundtable. We have a new member here. So what do you think, Dakota, of the Reddit library of the Roundtable?
I mean, it's no Jedi Temple library, but it's pretty cool.
But anyways, we are covering a story from just the Redditor Updates.
One of the only places that didn't get destroyed.
Hello, Gades. Wait, I did it wrong. Wait, no, I did it right. Hello, Gades.
And he's already screwing up.
That dog talks.
The fuck you call me?
Are you so stupid?
Why you're fat? Fuck.
Alright, let's get back to it. We are starting off with a Best of Redditor Updates. And the title of the first story is, Am I the asshole for saying I'll be driving myself and paying for my own room on the upcoming family vacation so I won't have to be a babysitter?
I mean, right off the bat, I'd say no. That's fair.
Probably not.
Bro, you only brought me along so I'd be a babysitter? Come on, guys. I thought it
Well,
was fair.
not even that. I was saying, not even that. Like, as someone who's, a bit of the older child in the family, like, I get that. I'd rather get my own hotel room than have to watch them and be stuck,
Not my children, not my problem.
I ain't have one of my watching them.
Not my monkeys, not my circus.
Alright, but let's
What's that? They've got a fork and an electrical outlet? That should be fine.
Yeah, and you can make another one.
I have the instrument to make more!
Yeah, it's alternating her.
another one.
What's 18 more years?
Oh, no. Alright.
Child neglect? What's that?
Alright, 23 male, was repeatedly stuck playing the part of the helper and babysitter on family outings. I had to move out of my parents' house because I kept being forced to watch my 3 nephews. Last year, we took a family vacation in the summer to the coast. I rode along with my parents, and they paid for my hotel room. Only I had to share that room with the 3 rowdy boys because my sister and my sister and her husband wanted a room to themselves. I was promised time to do my own things on the vacation, but instead I ended up having to help with these kids.
You lied to me.
I complained to everybody about it and was reminded that I was there for free. And then we pretty much did only one thing I wanted to do, which was tour an art gallery. I like doing this whenever I'm at the coast, but the kids find it boring. This year, my parents have a beach trip planned for June. They assumed I'd be riding along the same way as last year, but I refused. I said I'd be driving myself and paying for my own hotel stay to have my own room. My parents were shocked and tried to remind me of the cost, but I said it was no worry. I've got a good job and a decent running car, and I can more than afford it. That's when the buts started. I stated the previous listed reasons why I'll be driving myself and paying for myself. I want to be able to enjoy the vacation as an adult and not be treated like a child like last year. My parents told my sister, and she called to blow up at me that I'll be ruining the vacation if I'm off doing my own thing while she has to wrangle her 3 boys.
Oh man, you're just ruining it. Look at my lips, you're ruining it.
Hear this. Yeah, oh yeah, is there more? Because
I was about to say, why did everybody did the beat drop or some shit?
I mean, it sounded like there was more. Well, I mean, because it didn't end with the "Am I the asshole?" So I just didn't realize it was over. I guess.
Mic,
Oh boy.
my mic dropped and unplugged.
Oh, that
I had to
connection.
replug it in.
Oh, that connection looks rough.
I will say, just even from this, like, even the first time, like, I do get it. I mean, depending on how old the kids are, like, you know, if there's a big age gap and you're saying this guy was, what, 23?
Yeah.
And if the kids are, like, 10 or 11 or something like that, right? Like, I do understand it's a vacation. The parents want some time to themselves. They get their own room. That makes sense. I do understand the whole, like, oh, well, you're close in age. Just watch them, type thing. But at the same time, like,
Bro, I want
if
my
you're
own
offering
vacation.
someone, yeah, but I was gonna say, if you're offering someone something for free, don't then caveat it with, oh, by the way, it's not free, it comes with this. Like, because even if he's not paying for it with money, he's still paying for it in some way.
Yeah.
Like, if
that's
your
not
parents
fair.
or your family is like, hey, we're gonna invite you along for free, because my parents have done that, where they're like, hey, we're going to this place on the beach, like, we're paying for it. If you want to come sleep on the couch, you can come sleep on the couch and stay there with us and do your own thing. I'm like, cool, yeah, I'll do that, you know? But then there shouldn't be, like, caveats on it of, hey, you're going to be our personal babysitter.
The trap was sprung. It was too late already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, now she'll have to wrangle her three boys. Yeah. Ain't nobody tell you to have them
Yeah,
kids.
her kids.
Your kids, your
Yeah.
problem, madam. I ain't tell you to have these kids, and I did not sign a contract saying that I'll babysit whenever you want.
How do I reach these kids?
I think it would be different, too, if they were like, hey, could you help us out? Instead of just assuming, like, hey, you are going to help us out.
Why me? That's my question. Why me? Get somebody else to do it.
Hire a babysitter. Your husband got a job, don't
Yeah.
she? Don't he?
Cheap bastards.
Leave them with extended family. Grandma and grandpa aren't doing anything in that retirement home.
Exactly. Alright, but let's continue. I ended up yelling at her that last year all she did was rope me into her mess. I didn't really go out to do much of anything I wanted to do. And I was treated like the bad guy for wanting to just go to an art gallery. I'm a grown man. I deserve my own vacation too. Now my sister is not speaking to me, and my parents are still trying to convince me to just ride with them to keep the peace. I'm still refusing, but the pressure is getting to me. Am I the asshole for not giving in? I know they'll have a pretty hard time when they won't have another person there to help. Edit. It's been barely an hour since I posted, but my sister is apparently a Reddit lurker in the morning because she saw my post. Not only is she furious with me, but she's also upset that no one in the comments is siding with her. To make it short, she went on a big rant on how it's so hard to be a parent of triplets.
You're not a victim. Not at all.
And the least I could
When you're
do...
not taking care of them.
Oh my gosh. It's so hard. Yes, I know. I bet it is. You had a chance to get rid of him. And the
In
least
some
I could
states.
do is help because I'm young. And the least I can do is help because I'm young and single and she needs a break. I stood my ground on my decision. Now she's calling her parents to get them involved. I'm expecting a call from them any minute. Update, well, I'm off work now, so I can tell more of what went down. I guess you could say it's over. My sister got our parents involved. They looked at my post and were absolutely horrified at the continuous influx of commenters. Yes, they were angry with me that I posted here, but I told them that if they had just listened to me to begin with, I'd have never needed to. I'm sick of the whole keep the peace mentality that sacrifices me to placate my sister. They in turn went off on my sister, and to make a long story short, the whole vacation has been canceled. The hotel wasn't booked yet anyways, but my parents are arguing with my sister. My sister is blaming me, and my nephews are crying because they're not going to the beach. my sister called me at lunch and basically implied I have no life, which is why I have time to help. I recorded that and told our parents that, and that's currently what they're fighting about. Small update. I got an update again, but there's a little more. My parents said they won't ever push babysitting of my nephews on me again, and have agreed that what happened last year was unfair to me. Right now, they're very angry with my sister for telling me I should help her because she thinks I have no life. My sister is playing the victim, and my brother-in-law is basically saying nope to the whole mess and spending most of his time at work. Thank you, everybody who has commented. You made my day.
Oh no, I had 3 kids because I did not use protection and did not have foresight that this might be a possibility. Oh no.
And this is why I'm not having children.
Woe is me. I'm the victim for making poor choices.
Well, I will say, so it did say triplet. So, it's possible they were like, hey, we're trying for 1 kid, and they got, they can't help that. But at the same time, yeah, absolutely. You kind of knew, the risk of going into having kids. The work, was that phrase? Takes a village, but, doesn't mean, they're at your beck and call.
And I'm not arguing that it's, easy to raise a child. I should know. I had a single mother who basically raised me by herself.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy to raise a child. I was a little shit. But you have 3 of them.
Yeah.
And
My
a
mom can
partner.
raise me. You can definitely raise your own.
You have a partner with
Especially
a job.
since you have a husband.
Oh, right.
Oh, for
Absolutely.
It's
here's the
Okay,
thing. Even
here's
if,
the non-factor. I forgot she was married.
and I find
Like I said,
it
I think
really bad that the husband isn't trying to get involved in this situation. It's like, bro.
No, because he's actually actively being smart.
Yeah.
No, this is her mess. I'm not getting involved.
It's a sibling dispute at that point. I think he's playing it.
That
he's
is
playing it
a
well.
close. It's like
He's not blaming his brother-in-law. He's not blaming his kids. Not taking his wife's side. Not taking any sides. Looks like just, I'm going back to work. Let me know if the house burns down.
all right. Well, I'm not
I
getting
think
involved.
he is-
Goodbye.
I think not getting involved is definitely taking a side. He's or at least he's actively choosing
It's the
not
side
to
of,
take a
I'm
specific
not getting
side.
involved.
Yeah,
But
but
he's-
here's the thing. It's the not taking the side. It basically is allowing the whole entire confrontation to continue to happen. By not stepping in and saying, hey, you telling your brother that he doesn't have a life and therefore is supposed to help us is kind of not okay. And you really shouldn't say that to your sibling.
But at the same time, go ahead.
The fact that he's at least not doing that is not great, because
But
usually
also, if he does, it could escalate it much worse.
true, that is true, but at the same time, by doing nothing, he's basically allowing his wife to behave how she wants, which could eventually end up,
You don't know that this was her behavior beforehand.
Yeah. Well, I will say.
I will say
What-
probably
what-
it was, because because at the end he literally said, what was it? Where was it? What is it?
It doesn't say what his reaction was to the past and everything.
Yeah,
but I will say it sounds like
It sounds like
at least
it sounds
in
like
this situation. Go ahead.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just because I found the line.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it literally says, I'm sick of the whole keep the peace mentality that sacrifices me to placate my sister. And based on how he's been constantly talking about it, about how he literally had to move out of his parents' house because he was forced to constantly babysit the nephews. I'm guessing that this is not a one-time thing. I'm guessing this has happened a lot.
So then, it's perfectly acceptable for what I was saying earlier. It's more reasonable.
I don't know. I look at it this way. It doesn't give specifics on how the husband has reacted in the past, because like you can't force someone to do something. So like for all we know, he might have voiced concern against it before, but you know, the happy wife, happy life type thing, and she just made that decision and you know, was pushing more on it than he was. And I kind of feel like him now taking a step back and being like, hey, this is between you guys, I'm not getting involved, is kind of like a, you know, I'm not defending my wife, I'm not defending the situation type thing. And I don't know, I feel like it's more of him. I wouldn't say he's taking the side of the brother, but he's kind of comes off as if he's like definitely opposed to some degree the side of the wife, or else he would also be sticking up and saying something. You know what I mean? Like, not making a choice is still a choice.
Yeah. But there are more updates.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that person's the asshole. Like, I get it.
No.
Like, there's some stuff on the parent side that I do understand, like, especially sharing a bedroom, you like, and stuff like that. Like, you want maybe the couples to be in the same room with the bed, and unfortunately, you're single, so you're gonna be with the kids and stuff like that. But like everything else just seems like they just kind of assumed that this would be free labor or whatever, you know, and I think that's where it justifies it.
Yeah, but
Look,
they do.
I believe that life requires sacrifice for a lot of things, most of all progress.
Mm-hmm.
This? Nah, dog. You don't gotta sacrifice yourself for this.
You didn't ask for this.
Every trip. Fuck no.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Kai, I forgot you were here. You've been so quiet.
Right.
Well, I didn't have anything to add to the conversation.
Well,
I just been chilling.
Yeah, but it turned out they did end up like planning a trip, which brings us to the update of what happened after the second family vacation. Because the OP did make another post. So, yeah, this is the update for after the family vacation that was planned afterwards. Well, the family vacation is over. Some things both good and bad were as expected. Good in that being my parents did not enable my sister trying to make me babysit. Oh yes, she did try. But bad in being my sister did try to find out which room I was in. But that failed and got her in trouble with her husband again. Firstly, I made sure to tell the hotel in advance that they were not to give any of my information to anyone who asked except for the police. If something needing that were to come to pass, sure. They assured me over the phone that they would not tell a soul. Then on the day of the vacation, I left early in the morning than the rest of the family. I knew they wouldn't be able to get moving as a group until 10 a.m., so I left at 9 a.m. Check-in couldn't be done until 1 p.m. But I wanted to make sure I had a head start. I sent out an FWI group text and was off like a shot to make the 3-hour drive. My parents were upset because they planned on having family brunch on the way, but I pointed out I was never made aware of this, so it was canceled in favor of fast food. You know they were plotting. We were gonna have brunch. Really? You didn't tell me that.
Absolutely.
You didn't tell me that.
Absolutely. Y'all trying to grab me. Y'all trying to entrap me. Hell no.
Oh no, we don't got time for that. Like I planned, I arrived to the hotel early. Too early for check-in, but I told the desk staff I was there to make sure my family or sister didn't I was there to make sure my parents or sister didn't give them my information. They claimed they don't do that. But I told them I know for a fact it still happens sometimes. So I'm covering my ass. When they happened to be dealing with my mother and sister and the 3 potential crying boys trying to guilt them at the desk, they better not yield. And I wanted to know if they tried anything. They awkwardly promised nobody but me would get access to my room. Then I decided to go out to get something to eat. I came back more than an hour later, and there were my parents' car and my brother-in-law's big SUV. I went to the desk to check in, making sure the lobby was clear, and it was. I asked the clerk if my family had asked about me and where I was staying in. Yeah, they did, but the clerk refused to tell them. My sister had apparently tried to push it, but her husband shut her up. I checked in, went to my room, and then called my folks. I didn't mention I knew they tried with the clerk. I knew what they tried with the clerk. They conveniently didn't mention it either. Then we all met up as a family to go out and tour around. My sister at one point asked me to watch the kids for a moment, to which I replied, hell no, because I knew exactly what she was doing.
Nice try. I've heard stories about this.
She was going to pretend to be gone for a moment and then would be gone for an hour. I called her out, and her husband told her to stop trying to make me watch their kids. What did my sister do? She just started crying on the spot that she needs a break.
And then we never heard her again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what happened.
It's like
To be continued.
And then she started to cry on the spot that she needs a break. Her husband scolded her that he's a tired man. That he's a tired man, but he's not complaining. Madam, how are you a grown woman and crying about your children? I need a break. Oh no. You could have left them at home with a sitter.
I left them at home with grandma. Could have not brought you. You know what the issue is? She loves her kids enough to bring them on the trip, but doesn't like them. But doesn't like them. There's a difference, love and like. She doesn't like them enough to keep them in the room with her on the trip.
Hey, I know somebody like that.
Me too, dog. Me too.
Oh my god.
It's a different matter entirely, but I know somebody like that.
Oh my god.
Same here. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the grandparents at this point are just like enablers. I don't think they're malicious. I think they're just kind of like.
Well, you heard him. He said keeping the peace mentality.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word, but yeah, I think they're just kind of in their own world and complacent maybe. They're just sort of in their own world.
Here's my thing. Why does keeping the peace have to come in my peace? That does
Exactly. That's one of the things that I always hated. It was like, oh, just keep the peace, keep the peace. Why am I the one being sacrificed to keep the peace? Like, it's one thing if it was an even thing between everybody, but it becomes fairly obvious that it's favoritism when one person is constantly being sacrificed to keep the peace.
Exactly. At that point, it's not a being selfish thing. No, anybody, you constantly screw over one person. They have no right to keep the peace. You're constantly dicking them over.
Oh no, wait, hold on. It continues. My mother gave me a nasty look, so I went right up to her and said that if she tries to even think that I should be watching those kids, I would walk away from this family vacation right now. It's not my job, and I'm sick and tired of her and my sister acting like it is. Well, that made my mother start to cry too.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
And then she started repeating the words, "You're right," over and over again. This is an old tactic of hers. She tries to look pathetic to guilt me, but I said I am right, and just let it go before walking away. Neither my mother or sister tried anything for the rest of the day.
Kind of reminds me of what's the name of that video where it's that one guy at that family barbecue who just starts slapping everybody.
Oh yeah, I know.
I know that.
The easy solution to the one like, hey, watch my kids for a minute. Be like, all right, I'm gonna start a timer. You got 10 minutes. Not back in 10 minutes. I'm dropping them off at the front desk. Tell them they're lost kids.
And I'll let them wander around anywhere.
Yeah, give them a bunch of candy.
Tell them to get in that van.
Oh no, you want to know something? I would totally do that on purpose. Like every time she asked me to watch the kids, what I would do is I would purposely give them an overly sugary treat so that when it's finally time for them to go to bed, those kids never go to sleep.
I thought
$5 a minute.
What?
I thought they would just crash out.
Or you just start charging for your services.
Oh yeah.
$5 a minute.
Alright, but let's continue. When we got back to the hotel after dinner, my family were all crowding the elevator, but I didn't get in with them. They asked why, and I said, I'll wait for the next one. My sister glared at me because she knew exactly what I was doing. Just then I just sat in the lobby watching YouTube on my phone for 15 minutes. And then they took the elevator up. I was on a different floor and on the other end of the hotel. I had a splendid night. The next morning, we all went out for breakfast, but I made sure they left first. I was the last one out, just like I was the last one in the night before. Breakfast was fine. I gave an FWI that I was going to be doing my own thing for the day. My mother tried to bring up plans to go to the aquarium and a couple other places. So I said I'd meet them for those, but the rest of the day was mine until family dinner. They accepted this. And that day went fine too. I had plans. Oh, did you now, Mother? Mother!
How much more is left of this story?
Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't check?
No.
Oh, he knew.
Back at the hotel that evening, my sister caught me leaving my room. She must have been stalking the whole floor looking for me. I went back in my room to chill for a bit before dinner because I was tired from walking so much, and my sister was just down the hall when I left my room to meet them for dinner. She tried to corner me and say I ruined the family vacation for her because it wasn't hardly any different for her than at home since she had to wrangle her kids.
You're not a victim.
I put a bull.
Oh, it is much different. You're not at home.
I called bullspit because my parents were helping her a lot. Then told her I'm sick of the song and dance of being her scapegoat, and it's over already. So leave me the hell alone and get on with your own life. Then I started walking with her yelling, "Hey, I'm trying to talk to you." I told her I don't give a crap and was going to dinner. She followed me into the elevator. We both said nothing to each other. I didn't stay silent and told my parents and my brother-in-law that my sister had stalked me to find my room. She was scolded like a child and had a pity party. I told her to stop milking it and grow up. The old days when she could force her will on me are over. And then I walked out of the lobby to my car. This time, I was the first one to dinner. When everyone arrived, my sister looked depressed, but not a damn thing was said about what happened before. And that was just fine with me. My sister refrained from making eye contact with me the entire evening, and this time I didn't give a crap about riding in the elevator with the rest of them. I told them bluntly that it was an that unless it was emergency, nobody is to come knocking on my door. I had a do not disturb sign for a reason. The final day went swimmingly. Neither my sister or my mother bothered me at all. They fully surrendered at this point. Yes, during the whole vacation, I did play with my nephews a bit. I'm not a complete jerk, but I didn't stonewall them. I kept being the fun uncle, the fun uncle, not the babysitter uncle. The kids didn't even seem to care. They just wanted to play. I even bought them one of those little baggies of crystals and polished stones to take home as a souvenir. There was a bit of mild drama between my sister and her husband, but that was just some small disagreements that I didn't bother to pay attention to. All in all, I call the vacation a win because it finally hit home for my mother and sister that the old way they did things involving me is over, and I have my own life.
And then everyone clapped.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah, absolute cinema. But wait, there's one more.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh no. My mother and sister saw my last post. Oh, they really don't know when to let well enough alone. Hey mom, hey sis, I warned you if you didn't stop, I would go back to Reddit, and here I am.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
The short of it is that my mom and sister saw my last post and freaked out. My sister was stalking my account for days because she knew I'd post. Well, what did she expect? That I would say everybody had a good time? She called me and cried and that I made her look like a bad mother. I ended up replying, well, if the glass slipper fits! My sister argued with me some more, but I asked her to name anything in the post that was a lie. She tried several times, but I pointed out that every detail was spot on. So what does she do? She calls mommy. Then my mother shows up at my door demanding I delete all the posts. I told her no. And now I have ammunition for one more. I ended up making her leave crying. I spoke with my mother and father over the phone later and bluntly told them that their enabling of my sister led to the previous family dynamic. I will never go back to how things were. So if they have any hope of that left, I'm snuffing it out now. My parents told my sister, for the love of God, stop blaming me and leave me alone. They can't take the stress of my retaliation anymore. Well, my sister had a literal nobody loves me pity party. My parents had to snap her back to reality. My brother-in-law hasn't called, but pretty sure he staying indifferent / neutral, but this can't be good for his marriage or familial connection to him. So out of respect for my brother-in-law, I'm sorry, man, but your wife pushed me too far. Currently, my parents are insisting my sister goes to counseling because she can't be a mom and juggle the habits of her old life too. Woman up, as they say.
Equal rights, equal fights.
Oh my God.
And then everyone clapped.
Oh no.
To the sister, abysmal dog shit.
What are you saying oh no for? Is there more?
Either way, I'm hoping that's my last post. You hear that, sis? If you don't stop thinking I should have been your personal slave, babysitter, watchdog, etc., and want to keep acting like the whole world is against you because you can't lord it over me, then we can't be around each other. Maybe we can get along and move past this crap if you're willing. Don't give me any reason to write anything else, and the Reddit post about you end here. I will only post ones involving me and the treatment I get from people. Treat me like a decent human being and this will be all over. Capiche? Update, my parents and I had a long talk, and they have apologized. And for the moment, they agreed that I'll keep a bit of a distance until Thanksgiving. I also had a man-to-man talk with my brother-in-law last night over some beers. He told my sister she needed counseling, or he would separate from her. And they are
hoping it would go there.
and they are in the process of finding her a counselor. He also told me that while my sister-in-law was an absolute witch to me, at home she is a very loving and endearing wife. But she also admitted she liked being an only child. We're nearly a decade apart, so my sister held on to some resentment about that for a long time and just let it build up. She agreed that she does need counseling and will be going as soon as they set it up. They found a quality babysitter to look after my nephews. Oh, really? Why didn't you do that before?
Entitlement.
This is like that Who Did I Marry story. Is like just keeps going and going and going. There's 190 parts
Pages.
to it.
Aside from those things, my brother-in-law did admit he was angry with me too. But didn't step in when I needed him. So we agreed that this was just a very bad situation that needed to be ended. So we're just gonna let it rest from here on out. Lastly, these posts have gotten me a girlfriend. The girl I like had a feeling it was me after reading them and was just waiting for me to say something. We'll be going
Oh my gosh, you're so brave, posting to Reddit.
We'll be going on our first date tonight, so I thank everybody here for their immense support. I really needed it. And that's all of it.
Reddit.
That was
Reddit
a joke, by the way. You
woo-woo.
can find love anywhere, even on Reddit.
Even on Reddit.
As much as I don't think you should.
But yeah, that was great. I just love how it was just like, like, listen here, mother. If you keep doing this, I will keep posting. This will not stop.
Never-ending story all over again.
Yeah, could have written a novel at that with this one.
Oh yeah, no.
The more they did, the more story than Twilight. That's for sure.
Everything's a better love story than Twilight.
It's not that high of a bar.
Oh yeah, but
there's a certain someone we know who's gonna beat my ass for this.
There's a certain someone I'm thinking about. I don't care.
Yeah, because they're not gonna kick you, they're gonna kick me.
But yeah, that was the whole story.
Bit long.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've had longer.
I barely remember what I started with.
I should.
But yeah, this has been the best of Reddit updates. Do we all agree that the OP was definitely not the asshole?
Yep.
I have been put in similar situations. Divine anger. She is okay.
Yeah. She.
He. Sorry.
But yeah.
He's a she now. What?
Oh my gosh.
I said Gadies and Lays.
But yeah, I think this is a great place to end it. So, we hope you guys had fun, and we'll party with you animals next time.